Welcome to the Mindset Design Podcast with your host, Arlen Moore. In this podcast, the hope is to provide the listener with actionable advice and inspiration to inspect their own mindset and make the changes they need to achieve success and fulfillment in their own life. Guests include celebrities, multimillionaires, social media stars, artists, and everyday people who have found their internal happiness and created a life they perhaps at one point never thought possible. If you'd like to support the show and learn more about mindset design, visit mindsetdesign.com or go to who.be/Arlen. That's HOO.be/Arlen. Or simply share an episode with a friend. That would be fire. Enjoy the show, and here's your host, Arlen.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the show. This is Arlen, and on our show today, we have Jakob Mentorship, who is the founder of, computer a little shaky here, who is the founder of Paradise Hills, which is a clothing brand that has been crushing it lately. He's gotten his stuff on some incredible people, including Trevor Daniel, who has literally billions of streams on Spotify and Apple. And Jakob's just been absolutely crushing it. So in today's show here, I just want to dive in with Jakob on some of the success he's had working in my mentoring program, and then just advice and lessons he's learned along the way. I know a lot of people following me have been interested in growing brands and really just growing their business through using their social circle. And Jakob has just been completely crushing that. So I'm excited to hop in. And Jakob, welcome on.
What's up? Yeah, good to be on here.
Cool. So I think one way we can start here is just kind of discuss where you were kind of before we started really working together, with your social circle, with your ability to network with people, and kind of how you viewed the world back then. And then we'll kind of work our way up to how you got to where you are now and where you're at next. But yeah, just to start, what kind of limiting beliefs did you have when you were first starting, and what was holding you back?
Yeah, so I think the biggest holdback for me was definitely thinking that you have to be formal in the industry, super professional. All of my emails weren't getting open pretty much because I was being too professional. And let's be real, no one likes that. We're here in the world to have a good time. So why not have fun reading that email instead of it being a corporate dumb letter, So I think that's definitely
awesome.
The biggest thing. But
so in the past you were reaching out to managers and artists trying to get them to wear your brand, and what would the tone of your message be like?
Good day, sir. I don't, just dumb, something dumb.
That's hilarious.
Something dumb. But no, seriously, Brad, the manager for Trevor Daniel, I sent him, that little corporate email, and he never opened it for a year straight. And then whenever I swapped up the flow, he answered in 5 minutes.
Nice. Nice. And was that decision to start trying something less formal influenced by my DM strategies that I was sharing with you? Was where did you what was the mindset shift that or just tactical shift that you took when being okay, I want to start reaching out to these bigger name people? Maybe being formal and saying good day, sir, isn't the best route.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So it definitely is a mixture of a couple things, your DM strategy, things of that sort, but mostly Cameron from the mentoring group.
Right.
He helped me out with that. He told me hey, don't be as formal, it'll get you more results. And so I owe all of my success to that kid, because he didn't charge me a dime for any of it. And I was okay, That's amazing. So
Right.
yeah, no, definitely that. And
Cameron's
also,
helped a lot of people within this program. It's awesome. He's great.
yeah,
He's really good at what he does too.
he is. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think just those two pretty much, but yeah, it was definitely very helpful.
And I remember there was one specific call, it was one of the earlier calls because you joined probably around 3 months ago at this point.
Yeah.
And we had one call where I went ham on just you and your strategy and your business and about like how to, and we talked about the whole web strategy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember that being, at least in my eyes for you, a pretty big breakthrough because that was a moment where you were able to like really kind of shift your approach and be like, oh wow, there's really no one that I can't get in touch with if I do this.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, like talk about that and what that was like for you and how that changed your perspective
Right.
and
Well,
approach.
yeah, I mean, the first, like before knowing that information, I was just kind of just shooting shots in the dark, like I didn't really have a plan. I was just emailing a bunch of people and wondering why I'm not getting a reply back. But no, that's the reason why all of this pretty much worked. And it's so funny because it's such like a no-brainer. Like whenever I think about that, I'm like, oh, I definitely already knew that. And then I was like, wait, no, I kind of didn't. But it's just like, I don't know. It was a very obvious thing, but it made so much sense and you just made it like more clear for me. So, yeah.
Nice. And why don't we take a little bit of a shift and talk about just your brand and the mission behind the brand and how you've sort of shifted the presentation of it as well in the last several months. Because I mean, I believe in your brand. I think it's great what you've been building. So tell us about what Paradise Hills means.
Yeah, so Paradise Hills, it originally started. I was touring with a pretty small like metal band as their photographer, and the goal was touring from Michigan all the way down to Texas, and then all the way up to Fresno, California, and then back. And these guys didn't have a lot of money. They just had like their mom's van, and it broke down in the middle of New Mexico, and we were completely stranded. But luckily, the only relative I had outside of Pittsburgh was who they lived in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So they were like 30 minutes away. They came and got us, and they took us, back to their hotel. And then the tour was pretty much ruined because the car, seriously, I'd never seen a car like blow up, but it literally was smoking. I was like, wow, this is great. So they didn't get the car back, and they just had to get a U-Haul back home. But what was very valuable about that trip was the neighborhood's name of my dad's cousin. It was Paradise Hills, and I was like, this is such a cool name. I think this, because at the time I was looking for a clothing brand name, so I was like, this is so cool. And then later down the road with the brand, I didn't really have a story. I was trying to figure it out, but definitely it correlates to that story of touring, because the brand's mission now, it's like if you're lost, broken down, or stuck somewhere, you can always create your own paradise. So that like correlates with the van breaking down and how we were stuck, and we still made it home and kind of found positives to it. Like we were we were on the side of the road, and the singer was just like, this he's like, this is a disaster, but like take some photos, this is kind of cool. So like we were just like posing in front of this broken down van in the middle of a desert. So it was definitely an experience, and I owe it to that tour, honestly, for creating the brand.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. And so, yeah, I mean, I love that message. If you're stuck, you can create your own paradise. I like that. And it does, I can see you've done your work to create the brand story, which is obviously very key. That makes
Mhm.
it super memorable. So, okay. So fast forward to a year later, what were your biggest successes within the first year?
I'm sorry. Can you
Like
repeat?
what were your biggest successes with the brand before joining my
Oh, okay.
mentoring program?
Uh, I mean, I wouldn't really count them any of them as successes. Like I don't think I had any, honestly. Like
Yeah.
I had 150 followers and they were pretty much all friends, and I was just trying to get that one like celebrity to wear my stuff, but the designs also sucked at the time. So that didn't help at all because no one would wear it. It was a big disaster. It was. The mentoring group really helped me like shape it and everything. And especially you, because I remember even before like the mentoring group, I just was in Maxi and I sent you the logo and you're like, I can't read this like at all. And it was just like a
Yeah.
pure scrambled mess for my logo. And I was like, wow, he's right. So then I redid it, and that's what I used up until like March. And then I'm kind of like with the brand, I do a lot of like drawing on clothes. I really like that vibe. So I made the logo literally just like stick figures, because the brand's message pretty much means like you can always create like a living out of anything. So like I'm here to show people I suck at drawing and I'm gonna make this a living. So I mean, so the logo now is just 3 stick figures. But it's pretty cool. But yeah, I would say no success, honestly, like the first year. So
Hmm. So tell us more about like those breakthroughs that I helped you make. Um, you just mentioned one, but like what were other, key mindset shifts, or like obviously you said you changed the logo, but what were the other big shifts that kind of made you a lot more confident in growing and just in the brand itself?
I think definitely realizing that this stuff takes time, 100%.
Hmm.
Like there's no need to like, even though, I'm not gonna lie, I constantly still even like stress a little bit about the brand because it's not nearly as big as I want it to be. And but like I stress less than what I used to stress about. But um yeah, I would say like don't take it like as seriously. Like it needs to be a hobby first, for sure. And um yeah, I mean,
Nice. And yeah, I mean, that is a big one. Like, especially when you're starting a brand or personal brand, I always tell people, you've probably heard me say it a million times, but like, get a job, build the
mhm,
brand on the side, get your parents off your back so that you're making money, and then you're pursuing that, that side hustle. But I still think, like, yes, while progress can be slow, you've seen that stuff that I've taught you and stuff that you've put into action can advance you into the realm of like a pretty much A-list celebrity wearing
mhm.
your stuff. So I know you have some other people in mind. Um, who else do you have that you think in the next year you're going to be able to get on? And I mean, I think you see, like, let's say you get 4 or 5 people in your brand. Trevor Daniel, 24K, I know is on your list.
Yeah.
You know, that growth can happen a lot quicker.
No, for
Like,
sure. Yeah.
Antisocial Social Club blew up because Kanye West wore it once.
Hmm. Yeah.
you know, so it is cool to see how like this, like, really preparing the business for massive growth, and then just taking those like 80/20 actions by going after these big name people,
Mhm.
with these kind of strategies. And obviously it gets easier and easier, you know,
Yeah.
um, with the more people that you get on. So have you used Trevor Daniel as like leverage to try to get other artists on, or other people?
Yeah. I would say I haven't been doing it as much, but I what I did was I went back to all the past emails that I made that didn't get a reply, and I just like made a whole new email, and I showed that like Trevor Daniel was wearing it. And I'm gonna keep it real. I actually had zero luck with that, but that's okay. I'll just keep trying different people. I actually have yet to figure out 24K Golden's info, I believe, but I'd love to email him there. Yeah, there he is.
Fire. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, it just comes down to that, like, your friend's friend is your friend concept.
Yeah.
That's one of my friends. That's funny.
Yeah.
This one's fire.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I love that. I have that in my wardrobe. Yeah, but I would say, like, I don't know, it's definitely a snowball effect having just Trevor Daniel there. Like, if you go all the way up, I'm gonna have story highlights for like celebrities wearing it.
Yeah, that's a great move.
So like people just instantly see who all wore it. So I honestly, so I've been just kind of liking similar, like I'll go to a similar account that I like who has like similar designs as me, I guess, or like role models, and I'll go to their followers and I'll just like their posts, maybe comment if I truly like the photo. You got to keep it genuine. But yeah, I ran into a guy, I liked some of his photos, and he ended up being a talent manager for an LA Lakers player. So I sent him a hoodie, the LA Lakers player, and I've yet to hear back from him. It didn't deliver yet, but he said that he's gonna try to get him to wear it. So that could be pretty cool as well. But
Fire. And stop the share. And what were there any other like social dynamics lessons that you've learned in the last several months that were really perspective changing, or that have helped you in either building the brand or in other arenas of life, like specifically social related?
what do you exactly mean? Like,
I mean, like for example, that concept where that like your friend's friend is your friend concept, and how that helped you get more of a like confidence around getting in touch with people, or perhaps like the DM strategy or DM strategies we've gone over. Like, have you used this to, I don't know, maybe network with or discuss things with models that you're getting to put on your clothes, or even in your like outside of the business in your normal social life? Because I mean, like, I know for the fact that my brand, and still today, like even my best friends, we help each other in business, even if it isn't initially a business relationship, right? Like Emma, for example, coming out here to hang out, like she's one of my tightest female friends. But if she ever were to wear an 8 a.m. hoodie or do a shout out to Maxi or something like that, then obviously that helps business wise. So I'm wondering if you've looked at your social circle in that sense as well, and applied anything to like start building out your social life, or if you have anything planned for that.
Right. Yeah. I right now, my social circle is just kind of like my high school friends. So I
Right.
mean, it's no one trying to get into like the industry and things like that, but I'm really trying to change that. Especially with Rowan from the group as well.
Right.
I'm talking to him a lot.
How old are you again? What year in high school?
I just turned 20. I'm graduated.
Oh,
So they're
okay.
college friends. My bad.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? I was like, I thought you were a bit older. Cool.
Yeah, but yeah, Rowan and I were talking about, because he's moving to West Hollywood soon.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely gonna be taking some trips out there because he said I could stay with him. So
nice.
Definitely, want him in my social circle. But yeah, I think as far as that goes right now, I really genuinely think I can vibe with like Trevor Daniel. I really want to just see how he actually is, meet him in real life. And so I'm kind of focused on that. I've been emailing his manager a lot. His manager's he's the kindest manager I've ever talked to. Like he gave me a shot, and he's also given me a shot with some other stuff, which is awesome. But yeah, probably just that for now.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, do you have dreams or plans of moving out to the West Coast? I feel like that would obviously be the best place for you growing
Yeah.
the brand, yeah?
Yeah, I have in my master vision. I'm not sure how, realistic it is, but you got to shoot high. I have
Oh,
goals.
it's for sure realistic.
No, for sure. I have goals to move out there by January.
Okay, cool. Nice.
Yeah.
I love that.
And
Yeah, I
like
think that would be great for you.
last year I put that, but I wasn't, I didn't really believe in myself, but this year I put that down, and I actually set the time aside to see how much money it takes to move out there. So now I actually have a realistic goal of how I can make it work. So I have high hopes.
Fire. Cool. So was there any other like lessons or transformations or like or just key takeaways you've had from the mentoring program, or anything that you've learned specifically from me in the last several months that you wanted to share that you think other people could really benefit from?
Yeah, I would say that like literally anybody can be your friend, and don't be afraid to just like cold DM or cold email somebody, because they could just be having a nice day and give you a shot. Or kindness goes a long way. Like I've been doing stuff for people just for like zero return, and it's just kind of like so cool to see like just little things, like if like a friend wants a meal or something, and like I don't know, it's just so cool to just give. You're not asking for anything in return, so it's like no pressure and everything. It could help you out in the long run, because it's better if like I'm trying to be friends with Trevor Daniel. I'm not trying to make money off of him, really. So like for instance, I hit them up to see, because he's got a new album dropping soon. I wanted to see if they wanted if they had a dude for merch lined up to design it. So I
Nice.
assumed they did already. He's Trevor Daniel, and they do.
Right.
They have like a creative director, but Brad, being the kind being he is, he was like, I still want to see what you can do though. So if you want to send like some mock-ups, go for it. So I actually just sent that in today to see what he thinks of them. But it seriously, like I told him, like, I'm not even asking like for money. Like I just want to do this out of the niceness of my heart, because
Yeah.
I just want to hang with you guys. Like,
Yeah. Nice.
so, yeah, definitely just being kind. Don't be a dick.
Nice. Nice. I love that. Cool.